Hi, welcome to my channel. Welcome to this tarot reading. I'm just going to do a quick tarot message to see what Spirit has for you tonight. And I'm going to start with some angel number cards, actually. So let's see what Spirit wants to share with you tonight. Okay, we have 2-4, good times. You are worthy of affection, leisure, and pleasure. If you tell your family and friends how you feel, you'll find that you're all on the same page and can work together effectively. Many people are rooting for you. If you spread love, it will find its way back to you multiplied. So a few messages on that card. Hopefully something there will resonate with you. But I'm mainly pulling these for the numbers and the main words on them. So we've got good times. And let me see if I can get two more here. Okay, we got two more. Wow. 5555 clarity. And I'm actually filming this on May 5th, 5-5, the 5-5 portal. You aren't a victim of circumstance. Rather, you are the beneficiary of it. If that weren't the case, life would be pretty dull. You will set yourself up for success in the long run if you are willing to adapt to this shift. Everything is working out for the best. At long last, you are accomplishing what you set out to do. Everything will work out perfectly in the end. And then we have taking chances with 0303. And when chances present themselves, seize them and do something out of the ordinary. Whether in your professional or personal life, you will find success by welcoming creative impulses and having faith in your own abilities. Trust in chance and take risks on opportunities that could change your life for the better. Okay, so we have good times, clarity, and taking chances. So I'm definitely feeling like if you do something where you take a chance, take a risk, it will actually bring you some clarity. So you may be looking for some clarity around something right now. Maybe you're considering a change, you know, with these fives here. Fives are a number of change. And, you know, taking a chance on something new, something that would be a change, could be really good for you. Good times ahead. It might be something that just can bring you a lot of joy and happiness. I'm picking up from that good times card. So let's see what comes out in the tarot. Okay, Spirit, what message do you want to bring to this collective? And there may be something coming up, like a change you experience, because that card says you aren't a victim of circumstance, you're a beneficiary of it. So it may be something that happens, like a change that occurs in your life that brings you some clarity, and maybe it presents you with, like this card here says, when chances present themselves, you're presented with a chance to do something different, or something happens and it's like a chance has been presented to you. You know, some kind of situation occurs in your life, some kind of change you didn't expect, and Spirit is saying, look at that as an opportunity, basically. So the first card we have out is the Moon card. So that can be, yeah, uncertainty, maybe something you don't see coming. Let me get a little bit more here. The Moon can also talk about taking a risk. And, you know, the Moon card in the traditional Rider-Waite has a wolf on it. In this card, it's actually two foxes on this card. It's an Arctic fox and a regular fox. A red fox, I think they're called. And we also have strength. So what I was going to say with that, with the Moon card and taking a risk, like the wolf represents kind of that like wild, you know, untamed sort of path you could go down. And then we have strength, the Moon and strength. So two major arcana. So let me get one more here just for this first row. I'm going to pull 3 rows of 3. And the Emperor, he came out in a recent reading that I did. So we've got 3 major arcana here in the first row: Moon, Strength, and the Emperor. So let me sit with this for a minute and see what comes through here. The Moon is also about using your intuition. I feel like you're in a really strong position with Strength and the Emperor. You can take time to kind of go within, use your intuition. If something's presented to you, like if some change occurs, some like unexpected development happens in your life, you're in this like really strong position. You have a lion and a bear here, and that just speaks to like strength. And well, it says strength, but you know, just the Emperor, you know, being the authority of his own life, being in charge and taking your time, like saying, you know what, I need to take some time to think about this. Strength is also like patience. So like be patient, don't feel rushed. Okay, let me get another row here. This deck is a little bit hard to shuffle. It's really, really big. It's a little bit bigger than the standard cards, plus they're thick, so it makes a big stack. Okay, Judgment. Wow, this is all major arcana. So you may be faced with like a major change ahead. And, you know, the Moon, that one card, these 5s say clarity, and the Moon can be about an illusion or just like uncertainty, like things aren't clear. And just be patient with Strength and the Emperor. Like, just be like, what is this energy coming through with the Emperor? It's like sitting in this place of authority, like of yourself, though. You know, the Emperor is Aries, which is the first sign of the zodiac. So it has to do with, it's like being authority, like your identity, like being in charge of yourself. Like you're the one that's going to make the decision. Like the Emperor would be the main one to make the decision. So I'm really feeling that kind of strength that you need to embody. Okay, so Judgment. Well, let's see. With Judgment, I feel, yeah, it's like this decision, like a big judgment call that you're going to have to make. Okay, let's get a little bit more here. But right now you may be feeling, or whatever, if you haven't already experienced this, if this is something that's coming up as sort of like a heads up, with the Moon in Judgment, you may feel like your judgment is a little cloudy, or the issue's a little like hazy, and you're not really sure what decision to make. 10 of Pentacles. Wow. So 10 of Pentacles speaks about money. It can be wealth, like long-term wealth, like enough wealth to serve generations to come, you know, taking care of your family and like your extended family. It's prosperity, it's security, can be family also. It's interesting here. Okay, we have 5 of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. Oh, I'm getting this. I immediately felt with these 2 cards that there may be a dispute around like maybe an inheritance or money or something like that. I think with the 5 of Wands coming out with next to the 10 of Pentacles. And the Wheel of Fortune, another major arcana out of 7 cards, because we had 2 came out here for the 6th position, but they're all major arcana. 6 out of the 5. I can't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of these 8 cards are major arcana. So Wheel of Fortune is, you know, things changing. The wheel is shifting, but it's a really positive card. Especially with this deck, this is a very positive card. Sometimes it's just, you know, the shift cycles, that sort of thing, and moving into a new cycle. But with this duck here, and ducks being a symbol of luck, this feels very, very fortunate, I'm hearing. I just heard the phrase like reversal of fortune. So yeah, like there may be some kind of conflict around that. Like maybe you are coming into some money. It could be an inheritance. Yeah, I feel like there's a whole lot going on with this reading. Let me get three more cards here. Yeah, something isn't quite clear yet with that moon. And it's asking you to be patient and just kind of like that emperor where he just kind of sits on his throne and he's still and he's just observing before he makes that judgment. But there's something here that's changing in regards to either your money situation with the Ten of Pentacles or maybe a family situation. And I was feeling kind of family with this Five of Wands. Almost like seeing like siblings arguing over inheritance or something. So that may just be something for some of you. And now we have another major arcana, and it's the Death card. Death is all about change. And, you know, we've got all these fives again. Yeah, so death is about change and transformation and ending. But the sun is coming up in the background, just like with Judgment, like in the traditional tarot anyway. It's like you'll see, but I guess you could see them here too. They're coming out of the ground, right? It's like rebirth. Both of these can be cards of rebirth. So yeah, there's some kind of change happening here, you know, with this rebirth, this judgment and death. It's putting you in a very, very strong position with the Emperor. Like, I feel like it's asking you to kind of take the energy of the Emperor and like take that on for yourself. Whether or not you feel like you are in a position of authority or you see yourself that way, Spirit's asking you to take on like a really strong energy with strength in the Emperor being here. I'm going to get some clarification on the Five of Wands in just a minute, but we've got the Four of Wands. This actually came out reversed. It just kind of fell out in a weird way, but I picked it up like this. So, like, again, this is Four of Wands can be family. It's a card of celebration, but with the Ten of Pentacles being there, it's making me feel like family. And I was getting that with that Five of Wands, like maybe some kind of conflict in your family. Maybe over, like, you know, a fortune. We've got the Wheel of Fortune next to the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, I do feel like for some of you, there could be like this conflict regarding money or an inheritance or an agreement about how to spend money. That's just coming through. Okay, let me get one more card and then I'm going to do some clarifications here. I do feel for some of you also that this is something you're not seeing yet with this moon, and how we got that Taking Chances card in the beginning. I feel like something's going to come out of the blue I'm getting with this moon, because it says when chances present themselves, seize them. And I think you're in a really strong position to do that with Strength and Emperor here, because the moon is diagonal. I'm making like 3 rows of 3, and the moon is diagonal to this Ten of Pentacles. Like, you don't see, maybe this opportunity could lead to a lot of abundance. It's connected to maybe a lot of money. And I got that phrase before, like the reversal of fortune, like it's your turn. Like it's your turn to kind of sit on this throne and be the one that is earning the money or receiving money for something that you put a lot of hard work into. I'm getting that with the Strength card too. Oops. Okay, let me get one more here. Okay, we got the Two of Wands. So the Two of Wands is like making plans, looking at the future, making plans, making some progress. Sometimes it can talk about having to make a choice, right? Like there's two paths here. So yeah, you might need to make a decision here. Like I said in the beginning with that card that said when chances present themselves. So this might be the, what do I do? What path do I take? It may really lead to this, but maybe there's some uncertainty. So you find out about something and with the moon, it's like, I see the potential that it could be this, but there's some uncertainty around that. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this is the right path. Okay, let me get some clarification on that Five of Wands. This could just be like an inner conflict, but let's see. Spirit, why the Five of Wands with the Wheel of Fortune? And if this is a new cycle, you may be conflicted about, you know, Five of Wands, Two of Wands, like, oh, do I take this? Okay, why is the Five of Wands here, Spirit? And good times was the other angel number. And, you know, we have the Four of Wands, which is celebrating good times. And with the Death and Judgment being here, it's almost like there's this ending of something, and like putting an old chapter behind you and, you know, moving forward, looking at the future, maybe taking a chance on something. Okay, so clarifying the Five of Wands, we have the Star and the Three of Cups. That is feeling like abundance, hope, celebrating again, like the return of, you've got the Three of Cups and the Four of Wands here. It's like the return of happy times. So maybe if there's been a conflict in your family, for those of you that this is a family thing, it's like healing. The Star is also healing. So it's like healing something and bringing back those good times again, you know, got that good times card there. And that's the change here, because the Five of Wands came out with the Wheel of Fortune, right? Changing to a new cycle. So a cycle of conflict, changing after some healing to this Three of Cups, which is harmony and like celebrating good times again, like letting your hair down, enjoying life. So that's the change that's coming. And you're just in this really strong position to do that. All right, let's clarify the Two of Wands. Like, maybe that's this decision. Actually, let me go back and do the Ten of Pentacles first. Like, how is this Ten of Pentacles showing up, Spirit? Or potentially showing up? Okay, we've got the Ten of Wands. I mean, that could be a card of like putting down a heavy burden, like a lot of responsibility, a lot of work. Sometimes it's like burnout, you know, the struggle to create the Ten of Pentacles. But he's putting that down and maybe choosing something else. For some of you, I'm feeling like you've been working really hard on building wealth, right? Building prosperity for yourself. And you're maybe considering, like, maybe this is leading to burnout. I need to think of another path, another way. Okay, the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, this feels like you're juggling a lot with the Ten of Wands and the Two of Pentacles. This is carrying a lot of weight, juggling a lot of responsibilities, you know, responsibilities for family, like the Ten of Pentacles being family. Okay, I didn't even see this. I started shuffling and I saw this had flipped over and I didn't see it with that Two of Pentacles. The Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords can mean so many different things. Yeah, it can mean betrayal and something being stolen, but I'm trying to see what is coming through intuitively for me with that. Something about cutting corners, you know, something is a lot of work, you know, this juggling a lot of responsibilities, a lot of pressure. But the Seven of Swords can sometimes be like avoiding and like wanting to avoid that. I feel like your luck's about to change because the Five of Wands came out with the Wheel of Fortune. Like that struggle is about to change. Or you're really releasing this pressure and like juggling so much, because the Three of Cups and the Four of Wands it's just this energy of like taking some time out to enjoy life, you know, not working so hard with this, you know, Two of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles. So you may just be getting an opportunity where you can let go and not put so much pressure on yourself to achieve this Ten of Pentacles. Let's see what else I want to clarify here. What's this Wheel of Fortune? How are things coming in to change? Like, what is this shift, Spirit? What is this shift? Feels very positive. Spirit, what is this Wheel of Fortune? And you know, the star came out when I was clarifying the Five of Wands. The star came out, and of course the Five of Wands came out with the Wheel of Fortune. And one of the books I have that explains tarot says that with the star, it is not only healing, like after the Tower, because in the major arcana, the star comes after the Tower, but it's also the return of luck. That's one of the books I have specifically. I just read that the other day, that it can be the return of luck. And we have that with the Wheel of Fortune. So I love that. It's right next to it. So what is going on with this Wheel of Fortune, Spirit? Okay. The Lovers reversed. Okay. Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, there's like this disconnect with the Lovers reversed and that Five of Wands next to the Ten of Pentacles. Like I said, for some of you, it was like a disconnect in either a group thing, you know, like a community, or just, I think for some of you, like a family thing. But we have the Star, the Three of Cups, the Four of Wands. So it's like there's this healing that's taking place. But it has something to do with putting down this heavy burden that you've been carrying. Okay, Three of Wands. So we've got the Three of Wands and the reversed Lovers. Let me get one more on the Wheel of Fortune here. Yeah, there's Three of Wands, similar to the Two of Wands, where you're looking to the future. It's like things are starting to get better. Things are starting to expand. Wheel of Fortune and Three of Wands are both cards of expansion. And maybe, okay, so for some of you, I'm getting like looking beyond your immediate circle, like whatever this Ten of Pentacles is for you, you know, whatever you call your family. And again, it's not always like your blood family. It can just be like a community you're a part of. And like kind of expanding your horizons, expanding your meaning of family. So if some of you are experiencing something really difficult in your family, kind of, you know, experiencing or expanding your definition of family and love and who you can love and who loves you. So that's coming through for some of you. Okay, let me get one more, Spirit, on this Wheel of Fortune. And the Three of Wands is very positive. And with that Wheel of Fortune there, it's like your luck is expanding. Things are looking up, I'm hearing. And then we've got the Queen of Swords. So, you know, the Queen of Swords, when you're talking about like relationships and other people, she can be a little bit cold, like having to make a decision that you feel is a little bit, maybe I'm hearing cold-hearted, but it's also with the Emperor and the Queen of Swords, like these are two very strong energies, and we have strength too, right? Like this is being in your power big time. Like you're going to be the one that makes the choice. You're the one that decides who you let in to your life, who you consider like your family, your loved ones. So that's coming through strongly for some of you. I also feel like you might be just kind of looking elsewhere for something that you love. Like if this is work, okay, um, the Queen of Swords she's very smart. She's very, logical and strategic, and she's thinking things through when she's thinking about the future here. Like, is this worth it? This Ten of Pentacles and this Ten of Wands is like, there's all this juggling, all this pressure to maybe achieve this Ten of Pentacles. You're rethinking it. You're rethinking with this Lovers. I'll show it to you upright just so you can see the pictures. But the Lovers reverse, it's like you're asking, like, am I still in love with this thing that I'm trying to achieve with the Ten of Pentacles? And you're really uncertain with the Moon. So back to the angel numbers, it talked about like when chances present themselves, seize them. Right now, I'm just looking at the cards. I'm not really seeing anything that says like an opportunity or a chance, except possibly like the Two and the Three of the Wands. But it's like you're just looking and searching for something else that's going to like really like speak to your heart that you want to commit to. So Spirit, what's your advice on this? What is your advice here? Yeah, I feel like you're ending some kind of chapter, and like you're celebrating the end of that. Death and Four of Wands next to each other. It's like some hard chapter is over. Okay, so 3 cards came out together. Two of Swords. This is kind of being at a crossroads where you have to make a decision. So now we have Two of Swords and Two of Wands. Ace of Swords, there's that clarity. And this, 555, 4 fives there, talk about clarity. And with the Ace of Arrows and the Ace of Cups, these are brand new beginnings, right? This is coming after judgment and death. So there's like an ending and this new beginning, and you're going to have this clarity. And with this Ace of Cups, we had the reverse Lovers. The Ace of Cups is new love, new connections. It doesn't have to be just romantic love. It's just something that's very fulfilling, something that fills your cup, something that you really, really love and you want to go towards. I feel like that's what that Queen of Swords is doing. Like she's really kind of looking at the future and saying, maybe there's something better out there. She's seeking that clarity, like what your truth is. So, and also with the Two of Swords coming out with both of these aces, it's almost like you have 2 options here, Ace of Cups or the Ace of Swords. And you're kind of thinking, do I go with like the logical thing? The Swords, your mind, you're using your mind. But the Cups is speaking to your emotions. Do I go towards this thing? And I feel like with this Lovers being here, being almost like cups, just like emotions, love, like you're looking for something that is bringing you more of that emotional fulfillment. So it's kind of getting away from that first message I was getting about like possibly like a money dispute in a family, but that can still tie in like with this Two of Swords and these 2 aces. It's like, are you going to choose, new love, like closing this chapter with judgment and death, like closing a chapter, healing from that, and maybe looking for love and fulfillment, in other places. And, it doesn't mean like cutting people out of your life necessarily, but maybe kind of rethinking your relationship. The Two of Swords, it's taking time out, like kind of a little pause to consider what your options are, like what you really, really want. And, you know, the moon and the Two of Swords is kind of like uncertainty too. You know, he's got a blindfold on here. And moles, like, they live in the dirt. They live in the dark. Okay, let's get some final clarity here, Spirit. What is the main, like, gist of this here? Queen or King of Wands. King of Wands. Yeah, this is another really strong, like, being like really certain, just standing in your power. Whatever, you know, your gender is, doesn't matter. It's just the energy here, just being confident in the future. Okay, Page of Swords. Page of Swords is like really intelligent, really like quick-witted, along with that Queen of Swords, like really incisive, decisive. Like you're ready to take your power back, I feel. And then the Sun, yeah, this is happiness, success. I feel like you're really looking at what's going to make you feel the happiest. You're looking for this Sun. And this is just asking you to sit in the energy of the Emperor, the King of Wands. And there's definitely this big energy here of looking to the future, you know, closing out the past with judgment and death. And, you know, don't be afraid. This can be fears too. Like, don't be afraid to do something different and like really go after your heart. Like when you're looking to the future here and you're considering your options, just whatever is speaking to your heart, you know, what you can like reconnect to, like turning this Lover's card right side up. Like, what can I really connect my heart to? Because whatever this Ten of Pentacles is something that you're juggling that's just become too much. So I feel like it's just like the pursuit of this success and the whatever that wealth, that prosperity, the abundance is for you, or for some of you, like the family connections, community, like looking and seeking that. Be willing to see things differently, you know, with this Wheel of Fortune. Be willing to shift and yeah, just kind of look elsewhere for where you can find that. All right, I'm going to leave today's message there. I hope that resonated with you. If it did, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel, and I'll see you really soon.